What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And I have a question for you guys today. And the question sparked from a lot of statements that I'm hearing about the Bronze Bomber. Yes, I said the Bronze Bomber. You know, people say that Deontay Wilder, or the Bronze Bomber, is a bully. And I've heard that more than once and a few times actually in the comments. And, you know, a lot of people that did like Deontay Wilder, they are starting not to like Deontay Wilder because they call him a bully. Now, everyone knows what a bully is. A bully that picks on people that are weaker than them, or they feel, that have fear, and they know that they're scared of them, so therefore they pick on them. They target people to terrorize and bully. It's become a big problem. It's always been a problem, but a lot of times it's resulted in very tragic, endings. And I've thought, and I was thinking, like, okay, well, what would qualify Deontay Wilder being a bully? And one thing comes to mind would be the Tony Bellew situation. Tony Bellew, first of all, he went up to heavyweight to fight David Haye. We could look at it like that. He beat David Haye twice, and in two upsets. David Haye sparred with Deontay Wilder and gave him a boxing lesson, and it was David Haye showed his skills, but this is a young, mobile, vibrant, cocky, quick, in his prime David Haye versus a younger Deontay Wilder, to be fair, but he still did the same thing. Well, Tony Bellew also is not a heavyweight. He's a cruiserweight, to say the least. And he's smaller than Deontay Wilder. Now, Tony Bellew has went on record and said, he did go on record, he said a lot of things, but one thing he did say is he would never fight Deontay Wilder because of his power. He said he could probably hang in there for 4 or 5 rounds and he could do well, but eventually he will catch you, and then when he catches you, he will render you unconscious. That was his words, and I'm not paraphrasing. That's exactly what he said. He will hit you and catch you and render you unconscious. Now, I'm pretty sure that Deontay Wilder has heard these particular videos of Tony Bellew saying this. Now, Tony Bellew did say another statement that Deontay Wilder's the worst heavyweight ever in history, and that angered Deontay. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That does not apply to Deontay Wilder, not the Bronze Bomber. You say something about Deontay Wilder, he has a lot to say. That comes from a lot of people. That comes from Mayweather, Tony Bellew especially, Mike Tyson, Eddie Hearn. A lot of people that said something that he didn't like, he had something to say back. But some people he does target. Now, Tony Bellew, he did say, well, hey, Tony Bellew's, a bitch. And he would gladly come to cruiserweight, drop down in weight, to come to cruiserweight to fight Tony Bellew, to teach Tony Bellew a lesson. Now, would that be considered being a bully? Well, I'm quite sure if he is willing to come to cruiserweight, like he stated before he would do before the Tony Bellew statement, I'm pretty sure that he knew that he could fight him or beat him. But if he knew that Tony Bellew said those type of things, he was quite aware that, hey, I want to do it anyway to teach you a lesson. I don't care if you don't think you can beat me. I want to fight you. So he offered to fight Tony Bellew. And Tony Bellew, of course, declined. We all know that. But it's like me counterpunching that, me looking at this, and Deontay Wilder was real quick to offer him dropping in weight to come down and fight a guy. You know, I guess just to prove a point, you know, I mean, to be fair, he did that to Bobby Z. If anybody doesn't know who Bobby Z is, he's the kind of, I don't know, he's a white guy that goes to gyms and tells people he wants to light spar. And they, as soon as they put the gloves on, he goes welling on them. As soon as they put the gloves on, you know, and then he's like, oh well, and then thinks he's the best because he's done that. Well, he called out Deontay Wilder one day, and Deontay Wilder came to where he was at and beat the brakes off of him. You know what I mean? And the way he beat him, it didn't last long, you know. And I commended Deontay for doing that because, like, he said a lot of I think he said racial slurs. I didn't hear it in the rant when he called Deontay, but he called him more than once, right? So that'll piss off anybody. So Deontay met with him in a gym, and Bobby Z he started throwing, you know, and Wilder, you know, with the punching power and those wild swings, you can't fight anyone like that, you know, especially someone small like Bobby Z. You know, the dude's probably he might be 170, 180, but he hit him like once or twice and he was down. You know what I mean? But Bobby Z, he has some mental problems. Something ain't, you know, he ain't right upstairs. You know, but because you're not right upstairs, don't stop you from being dangerous, and don't make you, and it doesn't mean you won't hurt anyone. And Deontay Wilder put it on him, you know, and he talked to him like a kid. Is it gonna stop now? He was over him when this guy's on the ground. Is it gonna stop now? You know, and they had to get Deontay Wilder off of him. You know, I don't consider that bullying. I don't, because that guy was really asking for it. Tony Bellew wasn't asking for it. Tony Bellew was making a statement. You know, so for him to come down and wait to fight Deontay Wilder, you know, to fight Tony Bellew because he said something like that. I think that's more of a bully tactic to me. I think that would qualify in that ballpark of being a bully. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Tony Bellew has no interest. He's retired. Why would he want to fight you at this point? But that wouldn't stop Deontay Wilder. And if Tony Bellew would have said, okay, let's do that, Deontay Wilder would have dropped in weight, went down there, and more than likely rendered Tony Bellew unconscious. And it all sparked from what he said about Deontay Wilder. You see what I'm saying? So, and to reference that, comments that you say derogatory, Dillian White does that all the time. Dillian White tells Deontay Wilder all types of stuff. He don't say that about him, but he's your same weight class. So, you know, then you could warrant that because they both said the same thing. I think Tony Bellew's comments were a little, you know, the worst heavyweight. Dillian White ain't never said that. You know what I mean? But, you know, he has said, hey, man, you're not the boogeyman. You're not this. You're not that. I'll fight you. I'll chase you. You know, but you don't want to fight him, but you are willing to come and move weight classes to fight some guy that's retired. Yeah, I think that would qualify, you know. But that's just me, in my opinion. I want to know what you guys think. Is Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, a bully? You know? You guys leave your comments below. Tell me what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.